Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Lapwing from CZT Lucy Farran. And thank you, Michelle, from our Tangle Addicts community for asking about this one. When I looked at it, I'm going, oh, that's interesting. And in my mind, I think it's kind of on the unique side. I don't think I've seen one constructed this way. So, a tangled that, I mean. Um, neat. All right. So this starts off with, well, this can be done two ways. I'm going to do it as a border first, and then we'll do it as a fill-in afterwards. So it's a line of orbs or dots, big dots. Let's see. And I'm using number 12. I'm seeing if I can get it. Let's see if I can get it all the way across nicely. Oh, there we go. What's nice about this big fat number 12 tip is just what I did. If you want to make a nice dot grid, you can just press it down and not do a lot of this little scribbling. And they look nice and uniform, and I find it just a little bit easier to do. Okay. Interesting thing about this one is it's similar to some of the weave patterns like W2 or Huggins, in that we're going to be working on either side of the orb, not just coming from the orb. Because if you just look at it, it could look like, well, like this. Here, we'll do this on the back. Oops, different pen. So we're doing basically V shapes, and if you don't look closely, you would just think, oh, I'm just going to go here, and you're generally, in the middle or something somewhere. Actually, W2 is a little bit easier because that's done on a square grid, but Huggins, I found this problem a lot, where if you're not starting your line on the outside of the orb, it takes on a little bit different look, and then could cause some issues later. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna draw, V shapes like this, and you can think of it sort of easy. So we're gonna draw a V going up. We're gonna work from the insides of this. Let me make sure I got everything all positioned right. Okay, and we're gonna try to make it a shallow. So see how it's on the inside of that versus just coming from, in the middle or wherever. And feel free to turn your tile. The other trick is, well, they'll meet up right here, like that. Okay, so you see how both of them are on the inside. We're gonna go up, down, up, down. We're gonna alternate. You can, whatever's more comfortable for you, you can flip your tile, and then you're doing the same thing over again. So it's on the insides. I have a heck of a time making these shallow, so I'm just not even going to worry about it. I'm going to just try to make them uniform. If you take a look at the For More Inspiration link, you will see Lucy's step out and the gorgeous samples that she has. But hers is a little bit more shallow, but it's like it's one of those, it's Zentangle, just don't worry about it. Okay. But up to you. If you don't want to turn the tile, let me just do it and not turn the tile. You just have to remember which side you're going on. I'm going to turn the tile, because you know what? That was one of the things that I had a challenge with in playing with this. Is like, wait, which side am I going on? Which direction am I going? You could too, to avoid flipping it, so often. You could. This is a new-ish pen, and I was trying to go this way and it was sticking. You could go up, skip, up, skip, and then flip your tile, and then do the other ones. That might be a help. Just a thought. Okay. Because the other thing that was kind of tripping me up, because I wasn't doing that, I was just like, wait, okay, I'm doing a V. Oh, wait, and then and it seemed like I was continuing the line, but it was on the other side. My head was just a jumble. So that might work better, just flipping it back and forth, like I said. Okay. And then, here's why doing it this way is important. So, all of the rest of it is auraing. And, well, I'll just start right here. And I keep going back and forth with how I'm doing these. I'm just going to start here. So I'm going to start here, and we're auraing the orb. So it kind of has a little bit of a curve and then go straight. So here's where I'm keep going back and forth. Starting at the middle and then auraing around the orb. Or, and I'm going to skip, I'm going to just do the same side. Or doing it this way, just as it goes. Where I was personally running into trouble was with this curve part. If I want to keep it kind of tight, I'm finding it easier to just aura from the center and do both sides. So I'm sharing that because if you find yourself going, oh, just give that a try. So I'm going to do it I'm going to do it the way I'm thinking is better. Starting from that center, coming up, auraing the straight line, and then I could leave a little bit more room, but then just bringing it over with a curve to aura that orb like that. I'm thinking I'm going to stick with this way because then it's at least consistent. And of course, these little guys on the end, you just do whatever you can. So once you have essentially, did I do both? I get confused. Did I do both sets? It seems like I didn't, but I did. Okay. Then what? We're just going to continue to aura, and it looks like she does an additional 3 from here, but well, you get to choose. Do you want to just you could stick with okay, I'm going to do 3 because that's what's on there, but really what we're doing is we're filling up this line here. And you don't have to keep alternating for this. Nothing hinges on anything else. So you can just continue with the one section. You might be able to fit one more. And maybe don't worry about how many. Actually, let's see. Let me... Because it's probably a good idea to have the same amount, or maybe not. I don't know. But if I'm auraing these the same, well, let's just do what I have. That was my original one. 1, 2, 3. Let's just do that for now. I hope you don't mind my internal my internal conversation coming out of my mouth. Welcome to my world. And maybe it helps. I don't know. If it does. Leave it in the comments. If it doesn't, I don't want to know. Be nice. Just go, it's okay, Heather. Just, it's all right. So we have one side done. Now we'll do the other. Or maybe you just like, oh gosh, I'm not alone. Thank goodness. That's where that's what I look for. Just to know that. Oh, I'm going to start here. I'm going to do the little partial ones last. And honestly, whichever way you do it, it's easy to get lost in the focus of it. And just, watching your line and watching that curve and just, and watching that your line is consistent, as consistent as possible. Of course, nothing has to be perfect, but it's just, to me, that's what I try to focus on. And that is where we get the lovely meditative aspect of this. It's the side effect of it. Like I said, I've said before to others, it's like, yeah, I know it's a good thing, but my brain doesn't shut up long enough. I start making lists in my head. Quiet time just without anything to do is, ugh. But this gives your brain something to focus on. I think I'm going to fit one more in. And that's what it might be an idea to do. Do the same number and then decide. I'm doing, yeah, it's like going, every time I do it the way, it's like, oh, this is why I should have pulled it from the center. But you see, it still turns out just fine. It's not going to matter. And even if, like, my initial V shapes are at more of an angle than Lucy's, it all still works out just fine. So I encourage you to not worry about it. That's me talking to me. Heather, don't worry about it. Okay, so for some shading, when you have something like this that looks like it's intertwined, and you have things going on, it looks like they're going under things, like here, that is exactly, and actually I'm going to do this on the same sides here. Oh, right here. Because we do like to put the tip of the pencil on the line that you don't want to go over. Let's just do the one side first. Same thing with the tortillon. And just bringing it out a little bit. You know, you can always add more and go darker if you feel the need. Look at how neat that looks. All right, let's do the other side. I'm so excited. If this is your first video of mine, the shading is magic. Even if it's not, it's magic, right? And it's so exciting. Oh, I didn't do the other side. That's right. Because, see, I get excited. You can have so much fun with the shading. And I know some that don't, just a couple people that don't necessarily care for it. But, boy, does it turn out neat. Wow, huh? And also another place is where like the direction changes. This also ends up being what I call a course corrector because some of my little points here were a little bit sloppy. And I'm bringing the graphite out to both sides here. I might have to put some more graphite down that center just to, or not. That looks pretty good. Sometimes when I do something like this and I put the graphite in the center and bring it out to both sides, sometimes it just needs to be a little darker in that center. So I think I might go back and do that. But, I think this turned out pretty good. Oh, that's just so neat. And look at how shiny-ish it looks. If I went a little bit darker, it would go what I like to call shinier. So this is it as a border. Now you can also use it as a fill-in, or yeah, I'm just going to call it a fill-in because she puts it, or as a grid. It's a dot grid either way because either your dots are just in a line or they're in an actual grid. So I'm going to do just 3 up, 3 down. I like to start in the middle because I can sort of eyeball the middle and then it's just good luck from there. No, I try to go either up or down and make a square and then fill in versus putting a line up here and down here. That's just the way I like to do it. All right, now for this same idea, and let's get the first one going. And it doesn't matter which way I go. These are a little bit wider apart. So just remembering on the inside of the dot, so we're going up, but we're working on the inside of the dot. And here, it's going to be opposite, so I'm flipping my tile so that way I can do the same thing over again. Inside of the tile, drawing those lines. Okay? And I'm just going to get that to the outside there. And it still throws me. See, here's where my brain goes. Should I have gone? No, because see, this would go up. Gosh. down, that would be up. See, because it looks like it's an extension of the line. It messes with my head. So maybe it messes with yours too. So that's what I'm thinking. Just flip the tile and make it easy. All right, now, in doing it as a grid, Lucy has us doing these opposite. So here, since this one is down, so then this one is going to go up. And as long as you get the first one good, that's all you need to worry about. I wish I did that a little bit narrower, but it's okay. And then, like I said, I'm going to flip and do the same thing. Okay, and then this one, and then this one is going to go up. This one, yes. Oops, and there will be that. Okay, last row, same thing, alternating. So this one's going down, so that means this one is going up. And then this one, ooh, we'll see if I can actually make this one narrow. It'll just go off the page a little bit. Like that. Okay, and then this one there, this one here. Okay, the rest of it is the same. I think I basically wanted to just show this at least, and I will continue. Oh no, you know what? I'll continue to work. At least get one done here, at least on the inside. I'll focus on the inside because I do like to make these quickies, not longies. I know I had one not too long ago that was woo. But sometimes they just take as long as they take. All right. So just doing the O-ring, everything is the same as we did before. This one, though, I'm going to recommend kind of like if you've done the tangle, say Crescent Moon or something. So we're just going to do one set of auras on... putting it all together at one time. So like here, I said, oh, you can just do a whole section and then move on to a next section. I would not do that here. Because what we're going to do is as we meet in the middle of the sections, we want it to kind of meet in the middle. And we can't do that if we have, just focused on one section and brought it out so far. All right. There we go. And while I do this, we'll see if I can do this and talk at the same time. While I do this, let me mention, number one, if you're enjoying this, I'll pause my drawing for a minute, because if you're going right along with me, so you could hit the like button, because I hope that you like it enough to click like. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding about clicking like. I'm kidding about stopping what you're doing right now. And if you liked it enough to see more, and you haven't done so yet, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Now, so I've gone this way. Since I'm already over here, I'll do the second set this way. No, I'd love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I mentioned that description section, and so again, there you will find the links to step outs. I always do my own version, as well as link to the creator of the Tangle. And then below that are ways to connect with me if you wish. What did I do? Started here and then I went zigzaggy. It always helps to do things consistently, because that way you don't get yourself all messed up. But yeah, ways to connect with me. So I have a link to my website. So if you would like to, if you want to take some classes, I do classes. I teach twice weekly, Tuesdays and Thursdays, my time. I do 2 sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And would love to have you join in. We have a lot of fun. A lot of them are free. I do have some that are paid, so that way I can keep myself in pens and electricity and important things like that. And below that link to my website is a link to our Tangle Addicts community. So if you would like to hang out with a bunch of crazy Tangle addicts, we would love to have you. And say the link to my Facebook page is there. So if you want to connect, just follow me. But if you want to join the group, that link is there as well. Know that there are some membership questions to gain entry. All right, since I was here, I'm going to continue here. You know what? I think I can just do the insides. Let me just do that to make it a little easier, a little faster. I've had some of you say that you like the fact that I don't speed up the videos, so I don't, and I don't because I don't know. I sometimes I like it. I'd rather speed it up myself if I want to speed it up, I guess. Fast forward through this or that. But this way you can tangle along if you want to. And as you can see, I'm flip-flopping the way I'm doing it again. Okay, I'm just going to do the inside, so I'm going to leave the outsides for later. And like I said here, you just get to decide, how many times you want to, aura. And let's see, I can fit one in here and just touch that one. Here, too. Okay. And then let's get these ones. And then I'll show you how much it doesn't matter if you if your things don't line up. Okay. So what I noticed is, once you have things, okay, that's as far as I can go, then kind of like if you've done the Tangle Crescent Moon, it's similar. So we're just going to aura the interior of the section, whatever it looks like. Don't worry about it. This one's a little nicer. Oh, see, like that. But I don't know. Sometimes just the wonkier the better. I just like it because it really exemplifies the idea of that there is no such thing as a mistake in Zentangle. Get a little box in there, but that's all we're doing. So this is it's really just a bunch of line work. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm not going to do it because I didn't do it here. But this is another reason. Take a look at the For More Inspiration link. What Lucy did was aura'd this section here like this. I just aura'd the entire section. So you could do that. Or, well, you know what? This is for... I'm just going to do it. This is what she did. Like that. So it's like this diamond. Right? So you can have it either go wonky or all nice and neat like that. Completely up to you. Or do both. Like I did. So there we have it. And then the shading would be the same, where things are tucked in. And it's just, what a neat pattern. That's why I said it's kind of unique in that we're doing these V shapes the way she has us doing them. And it's, like I said, I just think it's really unique. So, and as you add the shading in there, then it's right now it just looks like a bunch of lines that are not so hot. And actually, you know what? Could do this. Just do that whole V. Do that right here. Do that whole V. Because then this is then hovering over this part, and it really sinks that down, and it'll give like a wavy waviness to this. Besides that, it's just like overlapping. Look at that already. I like doing one little bit and then looking and comparing. Okay, not shaded, not shaded, shaded. This is why we shade. Because it's so cool. All right, I'll get that other, just this side. All right. And then, of course, I sort of mentioned it before. Play with the amount of darkness that you have in your graphite. So you could start off light and then just play with going a little bit dark. See how that creates a neat dramatic effect, and just feel free to play. I think that's the biggest thing. Sometimes we want to make sure that ours looks like something else. Oh, look at how neat that is. Like what somebody else has done, and we shouldn't worry about that. This is our individual art. I'm just putting a little from what's left over on my tortillon here. We shouldn't worry about any of that. Just do for you. There we go. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Oops, let's just mess this up. No, put that away. Again, I mentioned all of the end stuff earlier, so I'm not going to repeat it. All I'm going to say is thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and I wish you happy tangling.